What up, world? This your boy, DJ Sugar Bear, back in the house, on the ones and twos. And man, can you feel that energy? That's what we do here on the Drama Network. This is where new school YouTube and old school soap opera radio have a baby. And trust me, this baby's got sass. Welcome to your ultimate destination for gripping, serialized stories that dive deep into the messy, passionate, and often scandalous realities of human relationships. You're tuned into WDRA YouTube Radio, where I, KC Saga aka DJ Sugar Bear, guide you through intricate plots bursting with love, honor, and devastating betrayal. From hidden affairs to shocking revelations, our daytime operas will keep you on the edge of your seat, just like the classics you grew up with. If you crave stories where trust is broken, loyalties are tested, and every twist leaves you wanting more, you found your new obsession. And speaking of twists, you ain't seen nothing yet. Get ready, because today we're kicking off something brand new, an extension of the drama you love. We're diving headfirst into our new series, Payback Anthology, the drama opera series. Each episode of Payback Anthology brings you a complete, standalone story, packed with all the high emotional drama you expect from the Drama Network. Get ready for tales where relationships hit the rocks, hidden schemes lurk beneath the surface, and let's just say, some folks get what's coming to them. It's intense, it's unpredictable, and it's all for you. Right after this, we plunge into the next installment of Payback Anthology. You're not going to want to miss a single second of Did Our Welcome Basket Have a Hidden Message? Episode 3C.
Chapter 4. On this shamrock I will build my... At precisely 2 p.m., Wilham sat at a small, wiped-down table in Northland Bagels, his coffee and onion bagel untouched, his stomach churning with nerves rather than hunger. John Shamrock, the owner of a private investigation company known as the Shamrocks, slid into the opposite booth seat. Shamrock, a man with tired eyes but a sharp, intelligent gaze, wasted no time. Shamrock began, his voice low. You were right about the chocolate-covered strawberries, Wilham. We had them tested. Turns out the chocolate is laced with a lab-generated hallucinogen. Let me read you the FBI report on it. Shamrock pulled out a folded paper and read aloud. Neurolibexol, known on the street as Sweet Surrender, is a highly addictive, lab-generated compound designed to be discreetly laced into chocolate. Its potent effects include a deep sense of disorientation and extreme suggestibility, making users highly vulnerable to manipulation and external control. Wilham felt a cold wave wash over him. Sweet surrender. He remembered the strange, disorienting haze that had overcome him and Heidy the night the Millers first dropped off the berries. The puzzle pieces were falling into place, forming a terrifying picture. This wasn't just about a party trick or a betrayal now. It was about a chemical assault, a forced loss of will. He knew he had to act. Shamrock continued, placing the report aside. We completed our investigations and shared intelligence, as you requested. Here's what we came up with. Let's start with your situation. Then we'll talk about Leroy and Thelma Miller and the full scope of their operation. First, regarding your wife, Heidy Petrova. Her background is complex. She comes from a severely disadvantaged upbringing in Baltimore, raised by a single mother struggling with drug addiction. She experienced significant trauma and hardship, and by her early teens, her young life became entangled in dangerous circumstances and addiction. At 15, her grandparents gained custody and sent her to rehab, followed by an all-girls high school. However, the lure of her past persisted, even after her grandmother secured her a place at St. Jude's Hall University. We also conducted an extensive interview with her college friend, Joanna Purcell's, which filled in many of the gaps. Wilham's eyes widened slightly in recognition. Yes, Joanna Purcell's. I guess that lead turned out good. Shamrock nodded. It did. It appears Heidy is a survivor and a pragmatist. Our investigation suggests that she deliberately targeted you, Wilham. She saw you as her path to redemption, a way out of her past. She consciously crafted a persona to appeal to your conservative values, hiding her past with remarkable skill. She married you before graduation, a testament to her calculated charm. The house in the estates was the culmination of her deception, a symbol of her new life. Wilham's jaw tightened. But he remained silent, urging Shamrock to continue with a nod. Shamrock continued grimly, now regarding the Millers. After reviewing their backstories and cross-referencing their current activities, we've confirmed the Millers run a non-profit named Young Moms and Seniors. But it's nothing more than a front for their illicit network of exploitation and trafficking. Shamrock laid out grimly. What they do is they compromise couples. They target affluent, seemingly stable households. Basically, they work to divide the married couple by attacking the weaker of the two. In your case, your wife. Here's their standard playbook. Leroy manipulates the target, using his charm and that drug, sweet surrender. Thelma plays the mind games. She plants seeds, subtle doubts, encourages the target to resist their spouse, to break away from their traditional life. She also recruits the spouse, in this case Heidy, to subtly attack you with mind games, to make you emotional, to distort your decision-making. The goal is to isolate you both, but primarily to compromise the weaker spouse and use them to break down the stronger one. And Wilham, I hate to inform you that the night of the party was all a setup, and your wife was party to most of what would happen. The closet game? She knew it was rigged for her and Leroy to end up in the closet. Shamrock explained, leaning forward, once you realize your wife has been fully compromised and brought under their control, as you've unfortunately witnessed, they offer you a deal. A way to relinquish their hold on your wife, to move on. But the deal is always a trap. It might be something like you becoming a drug mule for them or laundering their drug money. They get you involved in their illicit activities. But once you do that, once you're implicated, now they have leverage on you. By that time, you're likely hooked on their drugs yourself, and your wife is fully exploited as part of their illicit operations. It's a system designed for total domination, economically and personally. Shamrock concluded, and it's not just you, Wilham. We've identified at least 25 other couples who have fallen victim to this same pattern. They are meticulous, patient, and ruthless. We also obtained some disturbing evidence. We have a video taken at the Millers' party of the closet game. Brace yourself. Shamrock slid a small tablet across the table. On the screen, the grainy image flickered to life. Heidy pressed against the closet door, clearly disoriented. Leroy's voice booming the chilling command. Simon says, "You're under arrest. Turn around and assume the position." The video continued, showing her profound distress, the camera lingering on Heidi's face, her initial shock giving way to a drugged, helpless compliance. The video then showed Leroy asking Heidy, "Do you want to say it?" Heidy replied, "Hell no, keep going. How much time do we have?" The air in the bagel shop suddenly felt colder, despite the warmth of the coffee. Wilham stared at Shamrock, the full, horrifying picture of the Millers' meticulously crafted web laid bare. The initial shock gave way to a chilling clarity, and then a fierce, unwavering resolve. The pieces fit. The nightmare had a pattern, a structure, and therefore a weakness. Wilham said to Shamrock, "So she tried to touch the piece on the statue right in front of me. She knew they would end up in the closet together. She knew there was a safe word. She could have stopped it at any time. Not only did she not stop it, she asked for more, and she almost tripled the time they were supposed to be in the closet. And she was in on the entire scheme. Shamrock, I have to end this charade of a marriage." Wilham stated, his voice firm, "I have a plan. I'll be in touch." Chapter 5. The final battle of General Wilham Stonebridge. 3 days later, life in Meadowbrook Estates felt eerily still, but beneath the surface, a storm was brewing. Wilham had been living in a state of coiled tension, the FBI report and Shamrock's grim revelations replaying in his mind. He was formulating a plan, a desperate gamble to reclaim his life and, perhaps, save Heidy. Then his phone buzzed. A text from Heidy. "Honey, I will be home in a few hours. The 2-day trip to Florida with Melvin went great. I was able to nurse my client. Our flight lands today. See you soon." Wilham stared at the message, a cold knot forming in his stomach. Melvin's doctor. He thought the euphemism was a punch to the gut. She was still in it, still deep in Thelma's clutches. Just as he finished reading, his phone rang again. It was Thelma. "Hi, Thelma, what's up?" Wilham answered, trying to keep his voice even. Thelma replied, "Oh, darling, I need your help. The neighborhood charity, Young Moms and Seniors, is expanding. We're launching an East End travel club, and I want you to be a part of it." "Hey, I'm not interested," Wilham stated flatly. Thelma's voice turned hard, a distinct threat underlying her words. "Oh, darling, I think you are. Does this name ring a bell? Wilham Stonebridge IV." "Well, of course, he's my father," Wilham replied, his voice tightening. Thelma pressed, "Is his cell phone number 313-451-2525? "Yes, it is." "What's the meaning of this?" Wilham demanded, his blood running cold. Thelma continued, her voice dripping with malice. "Okay, well, I have irrefutable evidence of his lovely daughter-in-law's deep involvement in our organization's illicit financial dealings. If you are not here by 3 p.m., I will send the proof to Dad, and we can hope for the best. Have a good day. See you soon." She paused, letting the silence stretch, then added, almost as an afterthought, "Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, and I'm sure you didn't, your wife's current role with me involves highly compromising activities, and she will continue to be an indispensable asset to our operation. But if you do me this solid, we can talk about getting her off the hook with me. Bye." The line went dead, leaving Wilham with a chilling echo of her words. So there it was. The trap Shamrock had explained. She wanted him to be a drug mule. She was trying to force his hand, to drag him into their criminal enterprise, just as Shamrock had predicted. But he had a plan. At precisely 3 p.m., Wilham pulled his car into the long, winding driveway of the Miller estate. The oppressive heat of the afternoon sun seemed to amplify the tension in the air. As he stepped out, the formidable security guard from the party appeared, motioning him toward the front door. Inside the grand foyer, the security guard led him directly to Thelma's opulent office. Leroy was there too, standing by Thelma's desk, a predatory gleam in his eyes. Thelma greeted him, her smile a thin, cruel line. "Wilham, glad you could make it." Wilham ignored the chair, remaining standing. "Listen, I just came to let you know that when you called me today, I recorded our conversation," Wilham stated, his voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through him. Leroy's eyes widened, and in a flash he was on his feet, his hand instinctively going to his waistband. "You want to give me the recording, or do you want things to get a lot worse for you?" At that exact moment, the office door burst open. A group of state police officers barged in, followed by a sharply dressed woman with an air of undeniable authority. The Attorney General, Janet Klaus, announced, "Pardon the interruption. My name is Janet Klaus, the Attorney General, and I have arrest warrants for Thelma and Leroy Miller." Thelma scoffed, her confidence momentarily unbroken. "That tape isn't admissible. My attorney will get it thrown out." Attorney General Klaus gave a cold smile. "The recording, the exploitation of individuals, the drug trafficking. You're right, I can't prove all of that right now. However, you have 75 clients, and we subpoenaed their financial records. And it seems that you are not reporting your full tax-free donations. In fact, patterns indicate that you only report 20% of your donations. The other 80% you pocket and don't report. So we are arresting you too on tax evasion and money laundering. These are crimes we can easily prove." Thelma's face finally faltered. "Well, you're going to have a hell of a time getting around Judge McAfee." Attorney General Klaus laughed, a short, sharp sound. "Oh, Judge McAfee? No, he's been arrested on fraud charges earlier. And if you want to bring up Police Chief Ware or the Mayor, they have all been detained on state charges for obstruction of justice. So your protection network has been dismantled. Oh, and the drugs in your associates? We have 32 of your associates in jail, and they are all facing charges. And they know that the first person to cut a deal and testify against you will get the best deal. I like my odds of getting the evidence I need. And you have Wilham to thank, because he paid a great detective agency to do a lot of digging that I had no ability to do. So this was all dropped in my lap 3 days ago. Officers, let's wrap this place up. Show these guys their new forever home."
All right, my Drama Network fam. That was Payback Anthology, the drama opera series for today. And man, if that didn't just leave you hanging on every word, I don't know what will. So, what is Payback Anthology, you ask? Well, it's our brand new series right here on WDRA YouTube Radio, where we bring you a fresh, complete story in every single episode. Think of it like a punchy, emotional roller coaster where, yeah, things get messy in relationships, hidden plots are brewing, and ultimately, someone is going to get served a dish best eaten cold. Every story stands alone, but they all share that signature drama network heat. If you were feeling that, if you were on the edge of your seat, then you know what to do. Don't be a stranger. Like this video, share it with your whole crew, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss a single drop of drama. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop for the next drama drop. And trust me, you know you got opinions, so drop them in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about today's episode, what you're feeling, what you're thinking. This is your boy, DJ Sugar Bear, signing off from WDRA YouTube Radio. Stay tuned, stay dramatic, and I'll catch you next time for more Payback Anthology on the Drama Network. Peace.